How's it going, everybody? Even in the wake of all kinds of controversy, all kinds of lack of imagination, and all kinds of other stuff, Intel still seems to be selling a whole lot of CPUs. Just why is this? Intel, even though they've had all kinds of issues and stuff that's been going on with them, from bad publicity to people complaining about things, Intel is still selling a lot of CPUs to the market, and there are some reasons for this. But before we jump in and dig into the heart of the matter, let's just real quick hear a word from today's sponsor.
Are you building a new computer or just upgrading your old computer? If you said yes, then chances are that you need a new Windows 10 key. And CD Key Sales has you covered. With Windows 10 Home for under $14 or Windows 10 Pro for under $18, we've got the codes you need. Also, looking for the latest game codes? CD Key Sales has you covered as well. And buying has never been easier. All you do is go in, create your account, choose the software or game that you want to purchase, make your purchase, and then an email will be sent to you, as well as the codes will show up into your account easily. So if you're looking for the latest games or looking for a Windows 10 key on the cheap, CD Key Sales has you covered. Make sure to check out the link down below and get your deals now.
All right, and if you want to save an even additional 18%, we'll have a coupon code down below, so check that out. So we all know that AMD has come a long way in the last few years. I mean, really, the bulldozer came out, it really kind of kicked AMD's butt to the side of the curb, but it seems like they licked their wounds, they've come back, they've made an extraordinarily leaps and bounds in technology, and now they're making CPUs that definitely are competing, maybe not in every way beating Intel CPUs, but in many ways beating them in the technological market, especially with things like security and stuff like that. They're just doing way better. But still, Intel is selling CPUs like crazy. I mean, I see like Jay's 2 cents made a video who was like, why would anybody buy an Intel CPU? Well, there are still reasons why people are doing it. Now, one thing that AMD definitely does not have going for them at this point is the mindset of the entire market. Okay, they just really don't. Even though, like I said, AMD has made many strides in technology and everything else and got a lot of public support, there are still many people out there who are going to be remembering all the problems that AMD's had over the years, and that is going to be, stuck in their head. So that's like the first reason right off the bat that people are not going to totally embrace AMD just yet, even though we all know that their new CPU line is just rocking. The Ryzen stuff is just really doing very well, and it's very competitive across the board. Now, single-threaded stuff, Intel is still just slightly faster in gaming and other stuff on single-thread stuff, but multi-application stuff is becoming more and more prevalent as we go on. And at this point, AMD, the first thing they're fighting against is mindset. That's the very first thing. People from around the world are not totally willing to just say, okay, hey, cool, AMD is good to go. Now, another thing is, even though people joke about it, Intel Inside has become like a household name. People know it just like they know the name of Coke and Pepsi and everything else. And even though Intel has dropped the ball lately and had some really bad publicity, still, it does not matter. Intel Inside is a very, very trusted thing. People trust that name. They really do. And that is having an effect on why people are still buying their CPUs. That is really a big factor. I mean, if you've been somebody who grew up and the whole time that you've been, in the PC industry, buying it, selling it, doing or whatever, and Intel Inside has always been bang, 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 that's kind of a hard thing for AMD to fight against. Now, another thing is Intel has really, I feel, made better chipsets for motherboards. They have. I mean, some people are going to disagree with this, but with AMD stuff, it's always really, to me still, it's about overclocking the memory. There's all these other things that you have to do to get the absolute most performance out of your AMD platform. With Intel, their chipsets seem to be a little bit more robust and user-friendly to people. And plus the very fact that, as people are transitioning into using things like Thunderbolt and this kind of stuff, if we're not going to be seeing that technology on the AMD side of things, people who do music, who are doing editing and stuff like that, they're probably going to tend to still side with a motherboard chipset and hence a motherboard processor. So AMD is also fighting against that market. These are just really all facts. I really love to hear what other people have to say, but I've been in this industry like a long time, and I know there are just certain things that no matter what AMD does, they're still going to be having a ways to catch up into the market. Now, the server market, for the first time ever, people can actually, choose between buying, whether they want to buy an Opteron or they want to buy, a Xeon-based system, and that's all well and good that they have that choice. But still, the same thing in the server market is going to be happening. People are more familiar with using the older platforms. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really all of everything, there's a lot of different reasons, but they're all different types of mindsets about things that are going on with AMD. I think that if AMD keeps the trend up of making CPUs that are very competitive and getting better and better and better, that maybe, we'll just say, I'll give it, half a decade, there might become a time where AMD has actually caught up in market share and equaled out. And I know there's a lot of AMD fans out there, but Intel still dominates the market. They still do. And the reason why people keep buying their CPUs, even in the wave of new AMD CPUs that may be better, the thing is, people are just used to Intel. It's what they're used to, It's like if you're used to having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with white bread, and somebody brings you a peanut butter jelly sandwich and it's wheat bread and it might be better for you and everything else, there's a chance you're just not going to like it. It's not what you're used to. And AMD is going to have this fight, like I said, for a few years. So, I mean, if anybody out there is wondering, why is Intel still, selling CPUs and why people are buying them, well, that's really the main reason. It's really a mindset about different aspects of the market. Even gamers, if you really go and you talk to people who are developing games and stuff like this, they'll begrudgingly tell you that Intel CPUs are just still a little bit faster in gaming than the AMD CPUs. So any gamer probably right now whose strictly only thing is gaming, even though an AMD equivalent CPU might even be cheaper and run pretty doggone close, chances are they're still going to buy that Intel CPU. And here's the thing. Intel has screwed up in a bunch of different ways, but like many other people have pointed out, this company has so much money. They really do. They have a lot of money. It's not like they just got a few dollars and they're like, oh my God, we made a mistake. This might cost us. All they really have to do is sit back, refocus on everything they're doing, look at the market and make the correct decisions. And in that same 5-year time period where AMD catches up and makes the market a little bit more friendly to them, where they're getting a bigger sell of the market and people aren't buying as many Intel CPUs, well, by that point, there's a good chance that Intel will come back and start making CPUs that are actually, back to what they were before, the performance leaders. They haven't been innovative in years. We all know this. CPUs have just been changing with little wee bumps and technological changes here and there for years, and that stuff has finally caught up and bit Intel right square on their bottom. But for all that, they still have many long years of being a successful company that brought the fastest and most stable processors to the market. And that reputation actually was a lot longer time than the recent 5 or so years where they've done all kinds of weird stuff in the market, trying to cock block AMD and other people and do stuff. Like this stuff's all in history, pretty recent stuff. So I thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think. But I really think the biggest problem that AMD is going to battle, beyond just making a better product, is that people are used to Intel inside. It's in their mindset. It's what they're used to. And until that changes, people are going to continue to keep buying Intel CPUs, even if, in some ways they are inferior to AMD. I'm Mark. You guys have been watching Tech of Tomorrow. Peace out. I'll see you guys back next month for more videos. And I got a video coming up where I'll explain to you guys exactly why I have been doing so many hardware videos. I know people are wondering that, and I will explain to you why, and I will be getting back into that hardcore. There have just been some setbacks that have made that happen. Also, if you like what you see, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, but make sure you hit the bell, otherwise you'll never know my videos are here. And honestly, there are a couple ways to support the channel. You can either do it free by just trying out Amazon Prime. You can try Amazon Prime for free for 30 days. You watch all their movies, do all that stuff. I've said this before a bunch of times. Or if you want to donate a small bit of money, $1 even, you can support me over on Patreon, and I'll have those links down below. Peace out. We'll see you guys back on the channel for more tech.